Now at 6, snow and low temps making for some interesting travel right after the holiday. We got a live look at road conditions and updates on some major interstate crashes.
And if you're in Indianapolis, you've seen a lull in the snow, but we do have more snow arriving as we speak. I'll show you the radar and what to expect.
Plus, braving the cold to buy local. Why stores say Small Business Saturday is about more than just getting a good deal. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. Well, winter weather is officially here. Slick roads and snowfall are causing trouble for travelers and backing up some roads. This is video from earlier this evening on I-70. Between 30 and 50 cars involved in this crash out in Vigo County. Plus, as more of this winter storm moves in, visibility is moving out. This is a live look at I-69 near State Road 5 up north between Marion and Fort Wayne. Oh, we're going to get to that. There we go. Now we can see it. And we learned less than an hour ago, many traffic lights are out in Boone County due to power outages. That's where we've seen several crashes this evening. We're told crews are working on power getting restored. I'm Allison Gormley, filling in for Jenny Runovich, along with Rob Ellis. Rob, we're starting to see things pick up kind of right now.
We had a lull after the first batch of snow rolled through, especially in Indy. Now, if you're in some locations, you didn't see a lull and the snow's been continuing to come down. I want to show you the radar. And if you've been watching this, you say, what's the deal with this hole in the radar right over Indy? Well, it's a little bit deceiving because there's some dry air right at the surface. Now, that is starting to get eroded. As you can see, it's starting to close in. And once that happens, I think the snow will turn on and it may start to come down heavily at times. We even, by the way, look over to the west here, and I'm going to zoom in closer to Terre Haute. If you've been out in Vigo County, there's a little lightning strike that showed up there, so some thunder snow is happening with this. That gives you an idea of the intensity of the snow here, and I know if you're in Indy, you think I'm a crazy person because where is the snow? Trust me, it's on the way and it's arriving as we speak, depending on where you are. I think once the atmosphere overcomes that dry air that's in place, we'll have a brief window of opportunity where things will improve. The roads starting to go downhill where the snow is falling, and farther to the west we had the issue in Vigo County. Interstate 70 westbound still shut down westbound, although it's moving slowly, but they're still having some trouble spots. You can see especially north and west where the snow is still ongoing. We're likely going to see these problems start to overtake Indy as this heavier burst of snow arrives. I think within the next couple of hours is likely where we're going to pick up the most snow from this system. Still expecting 1 to 2 inches south of Indy, 2 to 4 north of Indy, and up from there we've already seen some accumulation of 2 to 3 inches. I think the bulk of it falls within the next couple of hours. Temperatures may drop briefly, but we're actually expecting the temperatures to warm up after this batch of snow moves through. Warmer temperatures changing this to rain, and then it's all going to refreeze by tomorrow morning. I'll talk about a slippery Sunday coming up.
All right, thanks, Robin. Yeah. Just like he said, this is all having a big impact on the road. So if you or your family has to get out tonight, we've got crews out there with what you need to know. Our Brandon Chef joins us in our live drive. Brandon, about where are you and how are the roads looking?
Yeah, good evening, Allison. So we're here on I-65. We're going northbound right now. We actually just drove by Lebanon and we're in between there and Lafayette right now. And as we've continued to go further north of Indianapolis, that's where we really started to see this snowfall start to really pick up in intensity. It's gotten to the point where as we're driving on the highway here, there are many cars, certainly a lot of people traveling back and forth in both directions, but it's actually very difficult to see the road itself. So we're not really able to see the road that clearly. We can see or have a general idea of where our lane is compared to the lane next to us. I think it helps if you're familiar with the highway and you kind of already know where you are. But for people that may be doing their Thanksgiving traveling right now and they're using this as that main stretch that they're going on, they're really going to want to slow down and be careful, especially now that it is dark outside. You're really going to want to make sure that you're being careful and you're aware of everything that is going on around you. Now, back in Indianapolis, that's where the Department of Public Works has been working really hard throughout the day and even beginning last night to make sure that they were pre-treating these roadways. I actually spoke with INDOT earlier this week about how they were trying to make sure that they were keeping an eye on all the highways here to make sure they were prepared for this winter weather. DPW is saying that they had more than 100 trucks that were going around on these predetermined determine routes. And I actually talked with Kyle Bloyd with DPW, who told me about how they actually are prepared well in advance of even the winter season to make sure that they have those routes down.
They spend time late fall and early winter making sure that they're getting familiarized with those routes, making sure that the first time they drive that route isn't when winter weather is at its worst. And so we want our folks being comfortable and acquainted with those, and we believe our crews are very prepared for this winter season.
So Bloyd tells me that right now they're waiting, they're watching, and obviously they were doing the pre-treating to make sure those roads were ready to go. Obviously, we will keep an eye on the roads here on I-65 and continuing to give you updates right here on Channel 13. But for now, reporting here on I-65 heading northbound, Brandon Schaff, 13 News. Allison.
All right, Brandon, thanks for letting us know. All right, Brandon. Happening tonight, a benefit concert to honor the life of a Delaware County Sheriff's deputy who lost his life in the line of duty. Corporal Blake Reynolds died while helping a semi-truck that slid off the road earlier this month. Tonight at 8, so less than 2 hours away now, it'll be at Room 5 Piano Bar in Muncie, and they're hosting a concert. All proceeds will go to Corporal Reynolds' family. The Smoking Horses Band will be playing, and it's $5 to get in, plus anything additional that you'd like to donate. Today is Small Business Saturday, a day to celebrate and shop local ahead of the holiday season. Our Marina Silva spoke with local businesses about why this day is so important to them.
Inside Francis and Fern on Mass Ave in downtown Indianapolis.
Look at my shirt, it matches your shirt.
It's all about keeping it local. Shoppers packed in, hoping to find the perfect gift and support the people behind the storefront.
It's our favorite day of the year.
Experts say every dollar spent locally stays local, creating a bigger ripple effect for the community.
I mean, it's our lives and what we depend on. So Small Business Saturday is a huge impact, not only for shopping, but to set us up for the entire year.
Sarah Fields was out bright and early on Mass Ave.
I have been first in line at Silver in the City for I think the past 4 years.
She's a full day of small business shopping ready to go.
I try on Small Business Saturday to only exclusively support small businesses.
Up north in Carmel, places like the Shop say they're seeing a lot of foot traffic.
I think it's just really important because it feels connected to Indiana.
Kelsey's an employee there. She says when you shop small, you're connecting to something bigger.
Come in, find something that's personal to you. We have a lot of customers who come in, they have a story connected to either a college or a former bakery or a former store that used to be open. And our messages come in, buy the clothes, share the love.
Every dollar spent locally today helps keep the doors open for tomorrow. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
All right, we are still watching travel troubles. It's going to be dangerous over the next several hours as we watch Interstate 70 in the western part of the state now reopened after it was shut down for hours.
Plus, a recall alert for some holiday treats, why you may want to toss out this kind of candy, coming up next.